this video, we are going to talk about Spearman rank order correlation coefficient, or Spearman law. So this type of test is an alternative for Pearson R. And there are two guidelines on when to use Pearson R or the Spearman law. First is the level of measurement. If you are going to deal with continuous type of data, that means it is either interval or ratio. So you are going to use Pearson R. However, if the data is ordinal, you are going to use the Spearman law. And then the next guideline is the assumption of normality. Since Spearman rank is non-parametric and Pearson R is parametric, so Pearson R requires a normally distributed data. However, the Spearman law does not require normally distributed data. So the Spearman law is it has to be monotonic and nonlinear. And one of its advantages is it is less sensitive to outliers. And here we have two assumptions. First, the variables should have at least an ordinal scale. And then the relationship between the two variables should be monotonic but not necessarily linear. And for the interpretation, this is a Greek symbol of Spearman law. So if the Spearman law or the result of the Spearman law is positive 1, that means there is a strong positive monotonic relationship between the variables. And if the P is negative 1, there is a strong negative monotonic relationship. And if P is 0, that means there is little to no monotonic relationship. If values are closer to positive 1 or negative 1, that suggests a strong monotonic relationship, while values closer to 0 suggest a weaker or no relationship. So first, let's try to run this given data in SPSS. This is the age and then the income. So the first step is to go to analyze, correlate, bivariate, and then we have to input the variables, the age and income, and then interpret. So now, let's run the data. First is analyze, correlate, bivariate. We have to input the two variables. And let's assume that the data is not normally distributed, so we are going to use the Spearman. Check the Spearman. It has to be two-tailed and flag significant correlations check, and then OK. So after running the data, we have now the result. So the correlation coefficient for the age is 1, and for the income is 0.649. So as we can see, the p-value also is 0.00, so that is significant. The correlation between age and income is significant, and since it is positive 1, the result for the correlation coefficient is positive 1, which suggests that age and income has a strong positive correlation. So for the conclusion, we could state that there is a significant relationship between age and income. So in Spearman rank, it doesn't have to, we don't need to rank our data because it automatically rank Whether we rank it or not, the result is similar. If you use Pearson R and your data is not normally distributed, the result would never be accurate. Much better if you try the test of normality first so you can decide whether to use Pearson R or the Spearman rank. And that would be all. Hope you learned something. Thank you.